Well, we already got 2 shorts done. We'll go over that. We're going to go ahead and put you there. We've got Avenged Sevenfold, heavy metal band from Huntington Beach, California, 1999. We've got Green Jelly, 1989, telling us about the cow god. How fitting, huh? Kings and gods and hailing to them. And we're breaking free from all that and realizing that we are 11:11 on the clock. I mean 1:11 on the clock. We are 1:11 and 11:11. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go over a couple of the lyrics from Avenged Sevenfold. Watch your tongue or have it cut out from your head. Well, watch what you say in the Matrix, right? Save your life by keeping whispers unsaid. Okay? Children roam the streets, now orphans of war. Bodies hanging in the streets to adore. Royal flames will carve a path in chaos, bringing daylight to the night. Death is riding into town with armor. They've come to take all your rights. Hail to the king. Hail to the one. Kneel to the crown. Stand in the sun. That's just some of the lyrics, okay? And we're going to go over what it said. It said, make a wish. Okay, make a wish. What are we wishing for? What the cat was telling you. Divine justice, divine law. We're taking everything that was hidden, evil, corrupt, and we're flipping the tables over on them. Okay, that's what we're doing. In Astro last night, what we were doing was, I have a lot to go over here with you, but it's pretty much, remember when I said we arrested a lot of the fast food restaurants? Well, whenever you make an arrest, you have canaries that sing, meaning you have rats in a cage that come out. You have people narking on each other. Okay? So that's what's going on. So we had to do more arrests, and that's where the green jelly cow god comes in, because even back in 1989, they were telling you Burger King, McDonald's, these places were feeding you not good food. In 1989, I bought a cheeseburger from McDonald's, and I was sitting on my kitchen table in Largo, Florida, and I opened up the burger, and those onions that look like maggots were really maggots, and they were very active. Of course, you don't have to believe that, but it's true. And did I stop eating at McDonald's? No. Did I stop eating cows and Burger Kings and all that kind of stuff? No. We just kept going and going and going in this robotic matrix program. Okay? We used to cook out meat every single weekend, and a lot of it, all different kinds. And then we would make different kind of entrees all during the week. Meat was probably my favorite thing to eat. Today I don't eat it, okay? It takes time to break free from the matrix, but keep making the wishes and keep knowing that universal law is happening. I've got all the candles going here, but I'm going to blow them out. We'll leave this one on yet. So A lot to be said about the meat department, but you do your own thing, okay? But that's what jelly, green jelly, and cow god we're talking about. If you look up the lyrics for that, that was done yesterday. Then we went in and took care of all the leads from the people that we arrested and the restaurants that we shut down. Now, a lot of this is going on in Astro, and then now you're going to see it in real life. So, you know how I told you certain people are dead and certain people are not dead that are supposed to be dead, okay? So, you've got somebody from a restaurant that you know, and you're like, well, they're still doing everything that they were doing, nothing's happening. You don't know what's really going on behind the scenes, let me tell you. None of the stuff you're seeing is real. There could be a fire and they could say that somebody started that fire when really it was extraterrestrial laser beam assignment to get rid of the warehouse and what's under it. But they're not going to tell you that on TV. They're going to say somebody lit a warehouse on fire. So you can't believe anything that you see or hear. And it's a trip. And we've been warned about this time our whole life. And I could add an S to that, lives. So now is that time. So your DNA is being activated. Don't go crazy. Don't think you're nuts. Don't think I'm nuts. Don't think any of that. These bands were telling us it. And this is the time. It's like prophecies being fulfilled. Another movie you can watch is Soylent Green. I'm not sure how to spell it, but Soylent Green. Let's see if I can push it up onto here. The movie Soylent Green. Soylent Green. 1973, hour and 37 minutes sci-fi thriller. But it's really a really cool movie about overpopulated city of New York and how they get rid of it being overly populated was getting rid of people and processed food. So you want to check out Soylent Green. And you can Google that, but I didn't get to watch that movie until probably 8 years ago. So I was thrilled when I got to see it, but I was still, again, in the Matrix, still getting the information, but not doing it. So I was into meat all the way up until, I would say, 2022, let's just say. And then I slowly got rid of it till now. So it's like, this is a long, hard process for us. And a lot of us are going nuts on the way. So I'm here to just try to help you not go nuts on the way. All right, we're going to go ahead and do a few of these cards. I gave you some music to look up. I gave you a movie to watch. All right, we're going to go ahead and do a few of these cards. Yesterday, the Queen of Pentacles was stuck in Tasha's Divine Guidance. And I don't know if that happened before. I feel like it has. It feels like deja vu, but who knows? Okay, so she was inside. So that's the first card out. And then we had the Empress. So you want to use your Queen of Pentacles energy with your Empress energy and get rid of these toxic friends, toxic foods, anything toxic we want to get rid of. So that was the moral of the story between the two shorts up to now, okay? The signs have all been there, the synchronicities. Now you see a 2 on here. You first had 2 flowers blossom, then you had 1 flower blossom, and now you have 22 flowers blossom, which add up to 25, which together means 7, sevenfold, okay? Everything is connected, every single thing that I'm saying and doing. If you can decode my videos, you'll get an A plus, I'm telling you, because everything is coded. Okay? And it's coming from my higher self. I am Miss Mystic, but I'm also just Rebecca. Okay, so right now what's going on, okay, I told you about that loss of a job, and I told you that you should quit before you get fired, okay? Well, this energy here is all about what we're doing in Astro, where we do it first in Astro, and then it plays out here. So the guy from McDonald's might be arrested, the CEO that couldn't even eat his own chicken nuggets on YouTube in an interview, if you've seen that. He may still be walking around doing interviews, but that's probably not him. And they're probably just showing you the interview because they're trying to get the normies to wake up. So if a normie saw that video, they might wake up a little more to what's going on. But I don't think normies bother watching this stuff. I think their head is too much into CNN, even Fox News, okay? So this loss of a job is not, this energy is not about you, it's about them. You're protected, angels are protecting you, but it's about them. And who are they? They're the spiritual haters, the black magic ritual people. This blood and human sacrifice that's been going on that we're talking about is the satanic side of the good side, okay? It's what the Cabal has been doing for ages. We're reversing that and bringing out the God part, the angel part. So that's why I say a lot of us are dual. We've been there, done that, but we're white now, or we're white hat now, or we're angelic now, and we want the good to win, which it does, it already has. But bringing it into the movie, we're pretty dual, you know, because you can't con a con. So in order to con a con, if I say you can't con a con, you must have been a con at one time, right? So in one of your lives, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Not saying that you were totally dark, because you could be someone that, like a lot of these bands, they seen it and then they said, no, I'm not even going there, and left it. A lot of them stayed undercover. Undercover work teaches you a lot, and you don't have to be true satanic. Okay, so this is a very, very deep reading, but the reason it's so deep is because of the songs, because of what we're doing in Astro, and I tell you that it's all connected. So when I come on here, I'm a channel. I'm an Astro channeler. So I'm trying to explain to you what's going on. That's why I said these videos won't be for everybody. Some will like it, some won't, but it is the truth right in your face. Okay, so you're releasing that karmic debt. Like I said, when I said you might have had to go undercover and you might have had to be some of this stuff, partake in some of this stuff in past lives or even in this life, okay? So you're releasing that karmic debt. You're getting rid of the ego death where you eased God out. And you're divinely protected doing it. I remember coming back this life saying, I want total protection. If I'm going to lose all my powers and I'm going to get dumbed down and I'm going to be having to go to AA for 30 years, I'm going to have to be celibate, I'm going to have to give up all my drugs and alcohol, I'm going to have to get rid of my ego, I'm not going to have my powers. What the hell? I'm going to have a lot of protection. So St. Michael's got a big job with me, and we're slowly getting our powers back. We're slowly getting to know who we really are from being deprogrammed. Okay? So keep cleansing. Keep cleansing your energy. I've saged the house a few times this week. I don't have to use candles, incense, crystals, crystal balls, cards, but I like to. Some of you still have to use them because it's a tool. Just like if you were a construction worker and you had superpowers, you might not need to use a hammer or a screwdriver. But if you don't have your superpowers activated, you probably have to use a hammer and a screwdriver. Okay, we're going through a lot of spiritual disease and we're cleansing that. That's what we're doing. We're coming online. We're spiritual awakening, ascension, intuition, spiritual gifts. That's what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. So everything I just said. So I guess the main message here is, like the flowers, things blossom every day. Things change every day. The first 2 flowers lasted a day, right? These 22 flowers, they'll probably last a day or 2. Your superpowers, you could be really dumbed down one day and the next day you're an expert, like on The Matrix where he says, I know Kung Fu. Well, how did one day he not know Kung Fu and the next day he did know Kung Fu, right? Okay. Now, these other cards are, I think I went through all of them already, didn't I? Let's see. That's all they want me to go through with them. I'm going to reshuffle all these and we're going to get one more reading. And Queen of Pentacles, oh, there she is with sticks in her hair. We're going to go get that deck. And randomly at the bottom is Judgment. So once again, this is all about you. This is all about you getting judgment, but not only you, the whole world. And then this is the card where you can see her higher self here. That's me. That's who's talking right now. My higher self. So we'll put the Queen of Pentacles back in here, see if she comes back out. Let's do a little shuffling. So there's just so much in this video alone. I just can't even begin to tell you how much is going on. And you just have to stay rooted in knowing, just like the flowers, that one day they're beautiful. That's why I took a picture of them and talking about them. Because tomorrow they're not going to be there. Tomorrow, that picture is not going to look the same at all. We got quite the deck kind of like wants to just explode. It's very talkative. Okay, so 2 of Swords. Let's talk about this overall energy of the 2 of Swords. She's got somebody yakking in their ear. She's got a blindfold on, but she has one hand free, is what I'm drawn to. And I'm also drawn to, it looks like smoke under her hand. And look at the smoke here. So even though it's probably not smoke, but that's what it looks like, okay? So what I'm getting here is you have people telling you one thing in your ear. Your eyes are seeing another thing. You got all kinds of spirits and smoke telling you another thing. And some of you are going crazy. Some of you are like this picture. You have 2 swords in your head. Okay? 2 swords on here, 2 swords on here. See how everything is connected? If you're good at dissecting my videos and decoding them, you're getting so many messages that it's just like overload. Okay? So The outcome is the sun. So whatever decision you make, it's going to be the right one. It's just you have to remember that you have lots of people chatting in your ear, showing you things. Astro, you're doing all kinds of things. So it's very, very confusing. You have a decision to make. Now, the decision, what they're telling me the decision is, it's a favorable outcome, but what they're telling me the decision is about what I'm talking about. It's not so much about specifics. Should I quit my job? Is so-and-so toxic? Is my love coming in? No. It's very deep. It's on the level of dark and light, and it's balancing your duality between the dark and the light. I told you this is a really heavy video. You could take either song and you could go negative with it, you could go dark with it, or you can see the dark and remain light. That's the message. Okay? The world, the mission card. It was in reverse. Why? Because that's what's going on. We're tipping the world upside down and making everything new. And we've been waiting for this lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Okay, and then the Hanged Man goes right back to yesterday. So we'll probably wrap it up with get a new perspective. Get a new perspective, because everything's already done and everything's already won at the final end of the book, right? The chapter, the movie, at the end, the good guy wins. But we're playing out this last chapter. So you're still in the book, you're still in the movie, you're still playing it out. Don't leave before the miracle happens. I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening. And it was 2222 on the clock.